just allowed a few runs that he probably shouldn't have, and his ERA is definitely going to be going down. And I think he's going to be a future ace, and he's just going to become such a good hitter. I almost just said hitter. He's going to be such a good pitcher throughout his career. I'm doing really bad this podcast. Once I get into the groove of like making a podcast every week, I'm gonna get better. And then finally, who I want to quickly talk about, Jose Suarez. He's been getting some starts this year. He's a rookie too. He hasn't been too good yet. He has a 5.5 ERA, but I think he's gonna be a great, at the very least, a solid starting pitcher for us in the future. He just hasn't been quite good yet. He's had a few starts where he's kind of blown up and allowed a lot of runs, but he has had some pretty decent starts. Let's just get out of this whole starting pitching situation and just hope it gets better and pitchers just step up. Or starting pitching, just hope they step up. Let's move to the bullpen, because the bullpen has just been such a crazy upgrade from last season. Their bullpen the Angels bullpen last season was one of the worst in baseball. And this season they're one of the better bullpens in the league. I think they're one of the best. That might be a little too much, but they're definitely one of the better. I'd say probably in the top 10 bullpens this season. Yeah, I think they definitely are in the top 10. We've seen awesome years from Hansel Robles and Ty Buttrey, who both have ERAs around 2.5, which is just awesome, right? Awesome. We've also seen great years from Cam Bedrosian, Noe Ramirez, and Justin Anderson. Hansel Robles and Ty Buttrey are both new pickups. Hansel Robles from the Mets. Ty Buttrey is a rookie this year. He's from the Red Sox organization. He's been a prospect. Hansel Robles has proven himself as a great closer. Ty Buttrey has been an amazing setup man. Along with Cam Bedrosian, he's been a great setup man too. Ty Buttrey probably should have made the All-Star game this year. And then we've seen Justin Anderson, Noe Ramirez, Cam Bedrosian all have way better years. So Justin Anderson last year went from about a 4 ERA to a 3.8. Noe Ramirez went from a 4.5 ERA to a 3.2. Cam Bedrosian went from a 3.8 to a 3.3 ERA. Bottom line, all these guys are getting better in the bullpen, and they're continuing to get better. They're young. They're getting better and better. And this bullpen and all is just so much better. And the combination of this lineup and bullpen just makes me so surprised to see how they're not in the playoff picture. I do think the Angels are really slept on right now. And if the starting pitching could just be decent, they're going to definitely go on a great run. We're going to get more into that later. Not later. We're going to get into it right now. Okay, let's think about how good the Angels could do the rest of the season. To me, the Angels are kind of like a team that needs to just take some time in the beginning of the season, or at least like the first month, just to find their groove and just settle in. This is what I looked at the schedule and counted their records every month, and this is what I found. So the first month or a couple of days into March too, in the whole month of April, they went 13-17 in this first month of baseball. In May, they went 14-13. June, they went 15-13. And so far this month in July, they've gone 10-6. So every month has been better and better. And I think it will continue like that. At the very least, the Angels should make the wild card race really close. The look of it right now, the Angels are 5.5 games back. And today they actually passed the Rangers in the division and, of course, a wild card race. The Rangers are something like 6 or 6.5 games back. Then the Red Sox are 3 games back. Rays are 1 game back. And the Indians and A's both hold the wild card spot. Obviously, the Astros look like they're running away with the division like they do every year. The Angels are going to have some crucial games coming up. They have to play the Dodgers on Tuesday and Wednesday. So tomorrow and the day after, they have to play them a couple games. But after that quick series, they get to play the Orioles and Tigers, which is just a really easy stretch. The Angels have actually done good against the Dodgers, though. The last couple times they played them this season, they beat them both games. They've seen them this season. So hopefully they'll do good against the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. And as far as against the Orioles and Tigers, they should be able to rack up some wins. So I think this upcoming week, they're against the Dodgers and Orioles. So we're going to be talking about that next episode next Sunday. So definitely stay tuned for that. Okay, and then the last couple months of baseball, basically they're off to play the Indians and Red Sox after the Tigers. They're both in the wild card race, so this is kind of a crucial little couple series here, because both the Indians and Red Sox are going for the wild card. The Angels can kind of gain some ground in the wild card if they can win these games. And also in between there, they get a few games against the Reds, which are probably an easy team. And then the Pirates and White Sox, which should be another easy couple series. Angels have sort of an easy stretch coming up, which is really good. It can help gain their confidence when they go into September and play some tough teams like the Astros and Yankees. Basically in September, they have a lot of games against teams in the division, but I do believe I can check right here, they have a series against the Yankees, series against the Indians. They do get to play the White Sox, though. But then the Rays, A's, a couple series against the Astros. So yeah, that should be a competitive final month. Basically, this whole last couple months should be really exciting. The wildcard race, playoff race is just going to heat up. So basically a combination of playing some easy teams and then also player teams they're going up against. So hopefully this last couple months can work out. The schedule can work out for the Angels. It's just all going to be so exciting. You know what else is going to be exciting? LA basketball. We're not going to talk about any basketball, though, in this episode. So I just already went through a lot. I just talked about a lot of baseball in this episode. I don't think we have time to talk about basketball. It's already been 38 minutes. I think this podcast is going to go for 40 minutes. We've reached the end of the podcast. Just in case you don't know, these podcasts will be out every Sunday night. And sometimes really late because I get lazy and I have to take a few hours to prepare these podcasts. So you can check them out on Monday if you don't stay up late. It's actually like 4 a.m. right now. Jesus Christ. I'm also working on getting a co-host for this podcast, so you can hear 2 people talking, not just me. But thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Make sure you check out my Instagram at angels.vlogs and YouTube at angels.vlogs. I basically make baseball videos, especially vlogs of me going to Angels games. Check them out if you're interested. I'm also going to be making, like I said, video versions of these podcasts on my YouTube channel. So go ahead and check that out if you want to see a video version of this podcast. God, I'm getting tired of talking right here. We got, 40 seconds to go on this podcast. And also for you guys watching and listening to the video version, you can also check out the just audio version, link in bio, also on the podcast app. A lot of different ways to listen to this podcast. And like I said, these podcasts are going to be getting better and better. I'm going to work harder on these. So definitely make sure you stay tuned every week if you're an Angels fan. I'm going to be updating every week on how the Angels are doing and how they're looking in the playoffs, everything like that. And yeah, guys, until next time, I gotta wait. like 5 more seconds. It's got to be exactly 40 minutes. Okay, later.